Hello my witchy friends, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. My name is Sophie, I'm the Midwest Magician, and today we are finishing up our mini-series talking about paganism versus witchcraft and what's the difference. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2 of the series, I will put them somewhere up here on the screen for you to be able to watch, and I will also have a little playlist if you just want to watch them all at once. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So you've probably heard the terms witchcraft and paganism kind of just thrown around and sometimes interchangeably, but they are actually not the same thing. And in this video, we're going to break down the key differences and where they overlap. So let's start with paganism. What is paganism? The word pagan has Latin origins and is roughly translated to country dweller, rustic, or civilian. However, over time that word has kind of transformed into a term referring to people that are not a part of the monotheistic religions, but especially Christianity. Today, paganism refers to kind of a wide range of different spiritual practices that are often polytheistic. Oftentimes, a pagan path is going to be very earth-honoring and also rooted in more ancient traditions. So this might look like Norse paganism or heathenry. This could be Druidry, Celtic polytheism, Hellenism, and honestly so many more. Wicca is also a modern pagan religion, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. The key point here is that paganism is going to be more of a religious belief system, and oftentimes paganism is going to work with different gods, different seasonal festivals, and really emphasizes a deep connection to nature. I already went over witchcraft in the first video of this series, but I will briefly touch on it here. Witchcraft is not going to be a religion, more so a practice. Witchcraft includes things like spell work, herbalism, divination, things like energy work, candle magic, really you name it, it probably goes into witchcraft. And with witchcraft, you don't have to believe in any gods or deities. You can be an atheist witch, you can be a pagan witch if you'd like to, you can be a satanic witch, you can be all of the above or none of the above. Witchcraft is deeply personal. So really the key differences between paganism and witchcraft is that paganism is more of a religious belief system and witchcraft is more of a spiritual practice. Someone who's pagan might celebrate the wheel of the year, they might honor different gods and deities, and they might even follow a sacred mythology. Someone who practices witchcraft might do a full moon ritual, they might cast different spells using candle magic, or program their crystals for energy healing. And yes, oftentimes people practice both of these things, but they're not automatically linked. There is absolutely a lot of overlap between paganism and witchcraft, and many modern witches do consider themselves pagan witches. And on the other hand, many pagan practices do incorporate magic in one way or another. Calling back to Wicca that we talked about kind of in the beginning of the video, this is going to be a pagan religion that includes a lot of witchcraft as part of its practice. Both pagans and witches might utilize different altars, we might work with herbs, we might follow the lunar calendar, we might follow the wheel of the year, and have a strong emphasis on working with the seasons and the different elements. But it is important to remember that not all pagans practice witchcraft and not all witches are pagan. But like I said, there can be a lot of blending and a lot of overlap. If you're a beginner kind of looking where to get started, here's my advice. Feel free to explore, but keep an open mind. Read different books, watch different videos, and keep a journal to really see what resonates with you. And please don't stress about finding the right label. Again, I have a video all about labels in witchcraft. I will put it somewhere on the screen for you if you haven't seen it yet, but sometimes choosing a label right at the beginning might limit your path from evolving. However, it might also be a nice place to pick a path to start on. But I think the most important thing to remember is that your spiritual path is yours and yours alone, and no one else gets to define that for you. So kind of just to wrap it up, paganism is going to be a more spiritual or religious path. Witchcraft is a practice or a set of practices, and while they sometimes overlap, they are not the same thing. At this point, I would love to hear from you. Do you identify as more of a pagan, more of a witch? Are you a pagan witch? Are you neither? Are you both? I really want to know what you more so identify with on your practice. And if you wanted to add to the conversation, please do so in the comments below, but please be respectful because we are all learning from each other. If you made it this far in the video, can you leave a little candle emoji? I love to see who watches all the way to the end of the videos. If you liked this video, if you liked this mini series, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, I would love to invite you to do so right now. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I will see you guys very soon for the next video. Bye!